Fox and Friends on December 19th. It is the Thursday before Christmas.
And we are waking you up because you are a little wiser and you're a little older.
To the beat.
That's nice.
But I guess the producers listen to the lyrics. That's why we chose that song. I will say this. If an Alexa wakes you up right now, Alexa, wake up all the listeners and viewers.
Oi, that's going to cause a problem for anybody who has
I want people up. I want them dressed.
That would mean that they would already have their TV on for that voice to activate their machine.
Well,
that's true. But they could still be sleeping. Some people fall asleep the night before watching Shannon Bream's show, and the TV's still on in their bedroom, and you just woke them up.
Right.
Then who does sing? Do you have a backup?
I think Syracuse would make the center sing. I think those are the rules for the Orangemen.
Anyway, it was an amazing shot on Monday night. We had to show it to you. All right, 25 minutes before the top of the hour, Gillian's got some news.
That's right. Good morning. It was being given to Bing and Amazon and Spotify and Netflix. I mean, is there another tech company or big entertainment giant that wasn't getting our data? And we just had all of these Silicon Valley executives march up to Capitol Hill talking out of both sides of their mouths that, of course, they protect user data. Well, let the user beware. This problem now is all of these companies have access to children's data. This is something I've been reporting on for years now, and I think that they should be banned from public classrooms if they're allowed to get away with these kinds of breaches.
Well, the private stuff, not so private. Finally, real quick, because we know you've studied and written about immigration for over a decade. Remember last week, the president made it very clear in the meeting with Chuck and Nancy, I will proudly shut down the government.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and I'm not going to spin it. I wish I could, but I can't. This was a cave. This was a blink. And all you have to do is look at, and you quoted it, Steve, the exact precise words that President Trump used. And now look at what the White House is forced to do. And yes, to answer Brian from a couple of segments ago,
passing up on that delicious opportunity.
First of all, they're out of time. So again, here we are in Washington, D.C., up against a deadline, this big, scary, looming partial government shutdown or full government shutdown, whatever you want to, doom and gloom want to say.
I think it's even less. I did my own dollars in aid for Central America and Southern Mexico in order to keep people from immigrating to the north. I can train. Yeah. That's where all the money ends up in the hands of the rich people.
Problem, though, if that's 0.06%, and we're talking about billions of dollars, we arms. It's really not okay. It's not how people don't want border security in Arizona and Texas.
They want with the words the wall. But the president all along said what he meant was children who were caught up in this and
I kind of think the president should stop tweeting about it.
Although directly related to the Fed, today's my wife's birthday. Happy birthday, Margie. That could really push it over the edge. It's not a good time.
No, it's not a good time and set themselves. That's exactly right.
The gold standard.
Yeah.
I like it.
Bring it back.
Yeah, or the gold standard.
The president talked about it.
I don't know. I mean, the constant tinkering.
Don't raise rates too much, and he was right.
He is right. I agree with him. I just don't know about the
Fed.
That's right. Yes,
Just getting on your level. No, I'm just kidding.
Are we all for that?
Yeah.
Well, 4 people for that. That's pretty good. 4 out of 4 people.
I would throw it back to David and ask, you argued the Fed, the economy's been high on free money for way too long.
Good point.
And at some point, you have to make a decision to raise rates, and that's
an overheated economy. I like overheated economies.
We like it
they
hot.
fear it. I like it hot.
We do.
And
Shelley's beautiful too.
Megan, we love you. Congratulations to both of you.
Congratulations.
Wow, yeah, she looks amazing. Congratulations. Thank you for joining us. Thanks, David Asman.
Thank you. Happy birthday, MC.
To those funds. Gillian Turner is live from our Washington Bureau with the very latest on this one. Hi, Gillian.
Hi, good morning, Julie. This is one of the more surreal stories out there right now. It's a case that pits fallen American service members against the government of Iran, and it's also before the Supreme Court. Now, the families of those 220 Marines killed in 1983 took the Iranian government to court, where they proved Iran was behind the terrorist attack and were also granted $2.65 billion. But to this day, however, Iran refuses to honor that settlement and pay the families. The former national security advisor to President Obama and commandant of the Marine Corps says this attack remains a blight on the Marine Corps' soul. So now, Julie, this case is before the Supreme Court.
Okay, and there's also now an opportunity, I understand, for the Trump administration to weigh in on this case, I understand, correct?
Yep, that's right. The Supreme Court is slated to take the case up, but they've asked the Trump administration to weigh in on it first. The families say this is a no-brainer. They also say if there's any hope of curbing Iran's nuclear program, this is the perfect opportunity to demonstrate U.S. strength and solidarity. Julie?
All right, Gillian Turner, thank you so much.
Great Britain's opposition.